just a couple bad weather fans representing New York, talking all things sports. Man, what could go wrong? We got Alex, who's a fan of the Knicks, and Mike of the Nets. The yin-yang of the tri-state, place your bets on the Yankees, Giants, Mets, or Jets. Yeah, you should listen if it's sparking your interest. If you made a vow to your team, don't break it. Bad weather fans is the relation.
That's right. This is Bad Weather Fans, episode number 240. And we have the start of another NBA season. Mike Biseglia, Alex Vanessowitz, and we are presented by DraftKings. If you're listening to this on a Tuesday morning, the Knicks open their season versus the defending NBA champion, the Boston Celtics, and the Brooklyn Nets in action. They've got the Atlanta Hawks on Wednesday night, but NBA basketball is back. The Mets season is over. The Giants season is over. The Jets season is close. Yankees in the World Series. And as Alex texted me this morning, hockey, nobody cares.
Nobody cares.
Well, that's not true, but we don't at least. But Alex, good evening. How are you?
I'm doing well. I want to test your NBA knowledge really quick, right off the bat before we get to everything.
It's gonna be bad
since the Nets are playing the Hawks, and then the Hawks had the first pick in the draft, can you name the first pick in the draft for the Hawks for 2024? A couple of months ago.
What was the question, Alex? You went out.
Oh, I did?
Yeah, did you just say that again?
Oh, I said, should I just start like? Okay,
Zachariah Reicher, whatever his name is.
Oh, so you said I went out just so you can Google it?
Dude, I had no idea. I'm not going to even fucking pretend.
Reicher. I don't even know where he's from.
I'm not going to sit here and, I'll take it. I had no fucking clue.
I don't know how to pronounce his name. I just know it was that guy. Everybody knows Alex Sarr because, Alex is the best name. And then Sarr is easy to remember. So,
I mean, it was a lackluster
and he might play.
draft.
He actually might play. Yeah.
When he drops 32 on Wednesday night, I guarantee you I'll remember him then.
Quick, before we thank you, DraftKings, before we get to the read and everything like that, my NBA fantasy draft, top 5 picks in the draft did not go until the last pick in the draft when I picked Alex Sarr. That's insane. So go ahead.
Who's number one these days in these drafts?
Number one is the kid in San Antonio. Wemby. Easy.
Really?
Yeah. Number one.
In fantasy?
By far. Yeah.
Really? Just because blocks, rebound, he just does everything.
Everything. Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. So anyway, we'll get into it.
No, I did fantasy.
Can you name the top rookie that was picked in the fantasy draft before we get to DraftKings? Sorry, DraftKings.
No, we're moving on. Keep it going. The NBA is finally back. A new season means new ways to get into the action at DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NBA. Who's draining threes from behind the arc? Who's crashing the boards and grabbing rebounds? Get behind your favorite players and prop bets you can make on DraftKings, the home of NBA player props. First time new DraftKings customer, bet $5 to get $200 bonus bets instantly. That's $200 in bonus bets instantly. Every point counts with DraftKings Sportsbook. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and use code BWF. That's code BWF for new customers to get $200 in bonuses bets when you bet just $5 only on DraftKings. The crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER in New York. Call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. In Connecticut, help is available for problem gambling. Call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org. Please play responsibly. On behalf of the Boot Hill Casino and Resort, Kansas, 21 plus age and eligibility varies by jurisdiction. Void in New Hampshire, Oregon, Ontario. Bonus bets expire 168 hours after issuance. For additional terms and responsible gambling resources, see dkng.co/bball. Alex, we'll get to the Net and Knick preview. We'll look at the season, but I'd like to start with Mikal Bridges having a hitch in his shot and going 0 for 10 from 3. And unfortunately, or fortunately, I guess how you look at it, like Net fans will be rooting for him to be horrible for a couple of reasons. One, their draft connections are tied with the Knicks, so him playing poorly benefits the Nets. I think Net fans want to see him fail because they were disgusted by his what he kind of accomplished with his friends off the court and kind of what went down, and then just having a bad season. So a lot of that will impact how Net fans are just going to be rooting heavily against Mikal. Your impressions on his horrid shooting, and what you've seen from Bridges so far in the preseason.
He's looked good, besides shooting, which is a pretty important part of the game. Besides 3-point shooting, because he's been hitting the mid-range shot. But it's been bizarre, and I tweeted out at Knicks Central, I wish he worked on a shot last year since he knew he was getting traded to the Knicks anyway. So then maybe the trade could have been a little less. But it's scary. And we talked about this on the last episode. Guys who change their shots usually don't work out very well, like Markelle Fultz. Like guys like that. It took years for him to get his stuff together in Orlando.
Yeah.
And he wasn't even that good. He wasn't worth a number 1 pick in the draft.
Right.
So he's a good player, but I don't even know if he's signed right now. And
I don't think so.
I don't think he is even on a team, which is weird. Is he hurt? I don't know. That's a sidebar. We can look that up later. Guys, look that up. Okay. So they're gonna get on that, our staff. But Mikal Bridges, it's strange, and I don't know why you would change your shot. He said he's been changing it, tweaking it slowly for years. Like I don't get it. As a basketball player myself, not a pro basketball player, but I've been playing basketball my whole life. I can't imagine changing my shot. I mean, my shot is perfect, of course, but I'm just saying it's just weird and it's scary. I got to be honest, it's scary between the Towns trade, which blew up the roster and is now got a $50 million question mark, which could work out and looks great. I mean, Brunson and Towns, they're going to work together. They're both all-star players and all NBA players. They're going to be fine. But it's still scary. It's still a question mark. And now with Bridges, who they gave up the house for, can't shoot, it's the preseason and he'll work. I hope he works it out, but it's scary, man. And I'm not going to lie and play this fake tough guy, I can't believe the Nets gave up all the, traded him to the Knicks, et cetera, like I was originally from the trade, because now I'm scared. I really am.
Yeah. I said he had a bad season last year, and that was not hyperbole. Yeah. I was like, he was bad. I mean, he averaged a career high in points, but he took a bajillion shots to get there. So it's like you score 19.6 points per game or whatever it was, or 20 points per game, but you're shooting 8 of 26. It's like, well,
20 points per game in this era is not that impressive.
And it's not the same. And it's a ton of shots.
Yeah.
And the efficiency was down. So I thought that. And I also said on the record, I think him going to the Knicks will benefit him. But the more, I wonder is because the pressure is going to be different with the Knicks. He's not with the Nets. There was pressure because it was, you are the number one option. You're getting traded for Kevin Durant. You're coming here. It's an impossible replacement, right? You can't come in here, Mikal, and become Kevin Durant. But he started off so strong and everything was just so glorious and all that. But the pressure on Mikal in his first full season in Brooklyn was basically because, hey, we believe that you are one of the foundational pieces of the franchise. Here you go. And it just didn't work for a lot of different reasons. Some his fault, some not his fault. It didn't work. In New York with the Knicks, there's less pressure because he's not the number one option. He's the number 3 option, I guess, right? You want to say he's the 3rd option. But the pressure is where the pressure changes is they gave up so much for him. And now the expectations are you have to win a championship. So maybe he's not the star of pressure in Brooklyn, but there is now a pressure in New York. You better not fuck up, because all of this went down to get you here. You have to play well. Have to.
Yeah. Bridges and Towns. You have to play well, and especially Towns. But Bridges also, because either one, honestly, because I think Towns is going to play and put up his numbers, and it's about playoffs for Towns. Like, are you going to show up in the playoffs for Towns? He's going to be fine in the regular season and put up his numbers. But for Bridges, if he's ass, if he's shooting the 20% from 3 or something like that's going to be really, really, really hard to take, especially when the guys in Brooklyn are, laughing when they have our picks. I mean, the picks can still be crap, even if, he plays like crap, because it's about the team. It's not about him, but still, to get those kinds of assets is a great deal if he's not a good player anymore. And chances are he'll still be a good, he was not a 3-and-D guy, but he'll be a D and, like Rip Hamilton hit the mid-range shot. I don't know, man.
I mean, if you were to take it out, if this is out of context and it's not the same at all, but if you were to take Mikal Bridges and I said, all right, Alex, the Nets made the trade with the Raptors, and that's what they gave up. And you saw how he played on Toronto, and you said the Raptors gave up all of that for a guy that's doing that. You would be like, damn,
right.
That looks like it might be a great trade for the Nets on that sort. So again, not a fair comp because of what Mikal brings with his friends, how he fits
just
in,
the preseason
the
too.
top, and it's just the preseason. But unfortunately, and I said it before, if he has any signs of poor play, the Net fans are out to get him. It doesn't matter. He could be the NBA player of the month and then have 3 terrible games, and all Net fans will just be looking for it. I mean, they're just going to be looking for it.
Well, it's a good thing there's only 12 of you, so he won't even hear it. He just turn the corner and you won't see them anymore. Yeah,
I get it, man. I got to be honest. Like
I'm kidding.
I really got joy from how bad he played, which is sick because I shouldn't be happy with somebody.
You should be. It's not like he's hurt. I mean, it's not like he tore his ACL or something. You know what I mean? Like it's like
I went off my Twitter. I was hiding from Twitter for a little bit, and I said, I'm coming back tonight for this.
I'm feeling good.
I'm here for this 90 minutes before I fall asleep. This was great.
Yeah. It's scary, man. It's scary, but you know what?
Could all change fast.
What's more scary is the Knicks having no depth on the bench. It really is. I mean, Precious Achiuwa now is out for a month. Maybe a little more. Mitchell Robinson's not coming back till January, the earliest. It's scary. You know what I mean? They're gonna have to overload Towns and OG, and OG, is made of glass. Towns hasn't been that bit much of an Iron Man like he used to be lately. So it's gonna be scary because they have like these guys that they have to rely on, like Sims, who's just, this is it for him. I mean, if he doesn't put it together, then what are we going to do here? But then you got Ariel Huckaporti, who was the last pick in the draft, who played really well in the preseason, but that's in the preseason. You know what I mean? It's a little different when the lights come on and you're playing, real centers when it really matters. You know what I mean? We'll see what happens. He's not going to get those easy dunks. It's going to take him some time, but he was supposed to be a player, but he got hurt or something. He's supposed to go higher, but he got hurt or something. I don't know. But he looks like he could be a steal.
That's every draft pick that you're just like
everyone that falls, right?
I can't tell you how many times I've been like, he was hurt and he fell. And he
only fell because he had the transfer.
Jalen Wilson of the Nets. I mean, he fell, but I don't think that was because he got hurt. I think that's because he went to college for 4 years, and that scared people off.
Yeah.
And I told you in your fantasy draft that he's the Nets to take.
No, you did.
We'll talk.
See how that works out.
We'll talk Knicks bench because I'm intrigued by how Tibbs figures this out. I think game 1 versus the Celtics, people are going to play a bajillion minutes. Because we talked about this months ago that first game of the year feels bigger than it is.
Always.
And
especially it's the first game of the year where everybody's watching.
Yeah, getting their banner. Everybody's watching. The Celtics are defending champs. I think it's they're all everybody's gonna come out fired up, understandably so. Want to show the world how great we are. But here you then have the Nets who play on a Wednesday night, Alex. And I got to be honest, this is the most chill I have gone into a Nets season in such a long time, with the expectations that they're supposed to lose. I don't, like I said, I'm not going to go in there and watch.
Man.
I'm
not going to be weird.
I'm going to root for them to win. It's impossible for me to turn on the TV on Wednesday, put on the Net game, and it's
especially early in the year
them to brick. Yeah,
come like February and they're like 2-50, you're gonna be like, all right, whatever, just lose, man. I'm not gonna even watch this. You know what I mean?
I just want to, we'll break it all down here on Bad Weather Fans. But if there's ever like a sim the season, this would be the year. Just get me to that next season, because I mean, the Nets are going to have all this money, all this cap space. They've been linked to Jimmy Butler a little bit.
They're going to trade Cam Johnson.
They're going to trade Cam Johnson. They will trade these guys. Like, relax, everybody. There is no chance Cam Johnson's finishing the season. The Nets did not pick up the option on Cam Thomas, which makes sense because they have to see not only what they have in him, but they just have to see where their direction is going, if he's a piece for the future, and then they'll pay him. Which is
pay him big money. They have nothing on the books once Ben Simmons is gone.
Ben Simmons will be gone. Oh man.
Yeah.
Ben Simmons this year. I mean, I'm so
That's gonna be fun.
relaxed going in.
That's the most fun is Ben Simmons because he's gonna win you some games and you're gonna get pissed off. It's like now you're playing well, dude.
I
like
don't
now.
think I don't think it would be possible for him to just get his trade value to be at a decent place, like an expiring contract. Maybe they get. I doubt.
They'll probably buy him out in the middle of the year and just be like, just go, man.
That I can see that happening.
You know,
and I told you not to buy him out. Now you're at the point where it's like, not to stretch him. Now it's over. This is it. This is the Ben Simmons farewell tour. I bet you. I wonder if he's in the NBA next year.
I don't think so.
If he is, I would bet no.
Yeah, I would bet no. I don't think he cares. I don't think he even cares. I think he's just gonna happy he's got his money, he's gonna wear his purple pants and just go on with his life. And
it's so embarrassing when there's
orange pants.
No, not.
I'm sure he wore purple pants at some point. Yeah,
but I don't mean embarrassing with the clothes. I mean embarrassing with this where what was it? The Washington game, the first couple plays of the game, he drove it strong to the basket and had layups, and it's like the celebration for things that every NBA player can do. It's just so funny. Like he drove it to the basket. That's the old Ben Simmons. I'm like, first of all, it isn't the old Ben Simmons. If you watch those Sixer highlights, that guy was a freak. He's not the same.
I'm laughing
but it's just like he made a layup, and it's like a celebration.
It's like my toddler, my son, who's 16 months. When he takes when he walks or he claps or he dances to a song, we're like, yeah.
Right, it's basically
he took a bite of food. Yeah,
I know. It's very similar to children.
It really is.
Sucks, but
that's
we'll have our official picks and whatnot. But yes, the Knicks bench. Tibbs
let me read it to remind people of their bench. So you got Mitchell Robinson is out and Precious Achiuwa is out. They were supposed to be their backup bigs. Precious Achiuwa is not really even a big, but he is. He plays like one. Then you got Jericho Sims and Ariel Huckaporty. And then you have your starting lineup: Jalen Brunson, Bridges, Hart, Anunoby, and Towns. Then the bench was supposed to be Robinson and Achiuwa. They're both out. So you have Sims and Huckaporty as the bigs. Then you have Josh Hart, big bench piece. Deuce McBride, big bench piece. You have Campaign. I guess he's the big bench piece. Then you have Tyler Kolek, the rookie. Pacome Dadiet, the first-round pick rookie as well. And you just lost, what's his name? Landry Shamet, who separated his shoulder, and you released TJ Warren, who's going to Westchester. You can always bring him back up. So that's
TJ Warren stinks. I mean, he's cooked. He's cooked. Yeah. He was cooked on the Nets. I can't imagine. Yeah, he's cooked. He was cooked.
Maybe he can, whatever.
He's cooked.
And you also have, do they still have Jacob? Yeah, they still have Jacob Toppin around somewhere too, but he stinks. So, it's scary. And this is what we talked about all offseason. You didn't add a backup big, and then you traded all your depth to get Towns. And now it's, I don't know, not all your depth, but you lost some depth.
Think about the depth the Knicks had last year in the playoffs with Bogdanovich,
Mitchell Robinson,
Hartenstein. I mean, he's gone.
Well, yeah, he started.
I mean, he was. I know
what you mean.
DiVincenzo.
Yeah.
I mean,
he started. I know what you're saying.
But all of these, I mean,
I'm just teasing you, but yeah, they were good.
I'm happy that we can now have conversations about guys that are rookies and Knicks fans excited about how they can step into roles and not people that have been established. Because you might be right. He might be rookie of the year. Maybe that guy's the rookie of the year.
Right.
I mean, considering I can't name anybody that's a rookie. So who am I to say he can't?
So the top rookie drafted was in my fantasy league was Zach Edey, and I picked him on the Grizzlies because he's going to play and start probably, and especially with what's his name, the JJ
Jaren Jackson.
Thank you. Mm-hmm. He's always hurt, and then the other guy, the guy who paints his nails on the Sixers, he got drafted pretty high too in fantasy. But other than that, those are the two guys, and the rest of everybody else. I mean, Tyler Kolek could be good, I guess. He's a second-round pick. This is the weirdest draft. Alex Sarr, the number 2 pick in the draft, is going to play on the Wizards. They stink. So he's the guy that might put up numbers and get rookie of the year, in my opinion. Right. If you want to bet on somebody, I would bet on him or Edey. So.
And a lot of people had said about this draft, 1 through 10 is all kind of interchangeable, where 11 through 30. So you might get good steals late in the draft because I think it was kind of a crapshoot for everybody. Unlike this upcoming NBA draft where everybody knows, that there's some studs, like we're seeing them we're seeing him play already. We're seeing him in college.
Rutgers guy, right? What's his name in the Rutgers?
Rutgers guy. It's just
Cooper Flagg is the guy.
Flagg.
I mean, can you imagine? That's why I was talking to a buddy of mine who's in fantasy league with me, and he loves the NBA, but he hasn't been as into it lately. Even though he got back, he's getting back into it, and he won fantasy championship last year after 1 year. It's really annoying. So shout out to Mike. But I forgot the point. What was the point I was saying? So he was like, I can't even name any of the rookies this year, but I'm not that big into NBA. I was like, dude, I'm into the NBA and I can't name the rookies this year. But next year, can you imagine a rookie not getting drafted? No, of course not. Cooper Flagg get drafted high just because of the hype. You know what I mean?
Ace Bailey.
Yeah, Ace Bailey. Thank you. That's the guy's name. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I was thinking about going to a Rutgers game this year, which I've never done before, but who was I was talking to my friend Leon, and I was just talking about going to a net game. It's kind of a pain in the butt.
Right.
It's like, you should go to a Rutgers basketball game. I was like, and take my son. I'm like, it's a great idea.
You might be seeing your future net.
It'd be a lot cheaper. How
about that story though? If you get a guy who plays in Jersey, even though they're not a Jersey team anymore, it's like a lot of the fan base is there. You know what I mean? That's kind of cool.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, who knows? Who knows if Cooper Flagg's going to be? You just don't know. I mean, obviously, you take your chances and you go with that, but you never know. The Eastern Conference, though, Alex, it's trying to think about who comes out of the East. I'm like, well, the Celtics, as I've said, I think are the best team. I think the Knicks closed the gap, although they've had just something. When they made the Cat trade, I was like, they can beat the Celtics. And then a couple of things have happened since, which is injuries. It's just too early, though. Mikal's struggling with the shot. Depth of the Knicks bench, I'm like, okay, there's some worries here, but I think top heavy wise, the Knicks are just as good as anybody. I'm trying to figure out like who's going back to the finals. It's hard to do it back-to-back years. The Sixers, you just know they're going to be hurt. I mean, Paul George already goes down. There's just no way that trio can last.
It's not going to work.
It's just hard to imagine. Now, I'm not saying they're so talented, so it's not impossible.
They could win around,
but I just can't see it fully coming true. Middleton hurt, missing the first game, actually benefits the Nets because the Nets have the Bucks pick this year, so you want to see them be ass.
They're going to be good, though. They're going to be good. Yeah,
but it's like, is it the Bucks? Is it? So then I'm just like, is it the Knicks by default?
The Magic,
nobody's talking about Orlando. Like, Nets play the Magic second game of the year. The Nets are going to lose that game by 60. They will.
You think so?
Oh God, they lost last year by 60, and they did beat the Magic. They're going to get destroyed in these games.
Yeah,
teams with young talent that's just athletic.
No one's talking about Orlando. Do the Heat bounce back? Do the Cavs bounce back? There's a lot of teams. I'm just reading off the teams. Pacers.
The Cavs were in the second round last year. Yeah, don't forget.
That's true.
And they lost everybody. They're not saying they would beat the Celtics.
Yeah,
East is deep. There's just a lot of good teams in the East.
Yeah, it's a big cluster.
I mean, it's tough. Indiana's good. They made it to the Eastern Conference Finals last year. The Pacers.
They did. I heard that they were.
I can't help myself.
We'll do our NBA Finals picks a little later. We're gonna get to that, but there's a lot of good teams, and the West is kind of stacked too. So I don't know, man.
Nets are gonna win. Yeah. How are the Nets beating these teams? Like, who are they? I mean,
who can the Nets beat? I mean, besides picking off the random team that falls asleep or rests or something like that. So give them like 4 wins.
They're going to play hard.
5 wins for that.
They're going to play so hard with Fernandez. They're going to play hard.
They beat the Pistons, right? They could beat the Pistons. Can they beat the Bulls? I mean, they're going to have Lonzo Ball back, right? But he's going to ramp up slowly.
Maybe take one.
Beat the Hawks.
Beat the
Hawks.
Go 4-8. Go 4-78
at the Garden, right? Beat the Garden.
Got the tourney the first 2 days of 2 games versus the Knicks. Or is it part of the tourney?
I don't know. Man.
I don't know if it is, but they play the Knicks early this season twice, and it's at MSG, which I just think is so silly. But
waste them so early in the year, but
or just do it in Brooklyn and New York.
Right,
be a split.
Exactly.
Now it's going to be 2 home games for Brooklyn.
Yeah, at the end of the year. Yeah, no, that's gonna be great though. Knicks at the end of the year, the Knicks fans get a cheaper ticket in Brooklyn.
Oh man, that would be fun though to fuck up your season.
Well, hopefully this year, if the Knicks win in the in-season tournament, they get 5 games against like the Nets and not against the Bucks like last year.
Yeah, but it helped them
the
out.
Celtics. The Celtics or the Bucks?
It was the Bucks.
The Bucks where they had.
But it helped prepare them.
They lost though. They lost like most. I think they they were bad against them last year. I forgot their record. Maybe it was,
It was
a
before
1-4.
they took off.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, it was.
That
But
was
that hurt
before
their
they took
record, man.
off.
I mean, whatever. They still got the 2 seed, so whatever.
But
It is
they had
what
to
it is.
exert so much energy.
Just to get it. Yeah.
They did. Oh man, Tibbs is gonna play everybody so many minutes.
Towns, I don't understand. Like, man.
Mikal's getting 48.
I'm scared, man. I'm scared. I'm scared because of this depth and Towns and OG is always hurt. And it's just like, what happens if OG or Towns get banged up? Are we starting
that's a
Kaporti?
You can't afford that.
It's gonna happen. I mean, they're not gonna get hurt like big injuries. I don't think so. But like,
you hope not. Yeah.
OG or Towns
Stuff
are gonna go
happens.
down for like a week or a couple games here or there, especially if they're gonna be playing 45 minutes, 42 minutes a night. I mean, it's impossible not to, So then what? Then you have to dig in the crates. You know what I'm saying?
There's gonna be a lot on Jalen Brunson.
Yeah.
There's gonna be a lot on him.
Or Josh Hart. Are they gonna go super small and then start like OG at center with Josh Hart at the 4? Then what are you doing, man? Like I don't know. Reinventing the NBA, forget a center, let's just go all guards.
Well, that's what the Nets experiment. I mean, they were playing Schroeder and Ben Simmons together, and then they had the idea
6'10", at least. Yeah,
I know, but he's the point guard, and then they had the idea of doing the all big lineup with the Nets. I think this season is just going to be fun.
It's gonna be like 2K, where you just put all the centers in, everybody over 7 foot, like put them all in the game.
Nick Claxton is coming back. I read he will play Wednesday.
Oh, nice, nice.
Yeah, so we'll see him. We'll see what
he
Cam does.
He was in the right place, right
97. Time. Yeah. Yes, they have to have somebody on the roster.
You got to hit the floor, the salary floor, right? Floor.
Yeah, Day'Ron Sharp's out, unfortunately, or fortunately, I guess, if you're looking to tank.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I was like, I saw the Day'Ron Sharp injury, and because he's somebody I wanted to see develop. I want to see what happens this year.
Dude, I can't wait for your anxiety on lottery night because I'm so happy to choose.
Well, that's where it'll. Yeah, that's where it'll be.
The whole year is building up to that moment, especially if Cooper Flag and Bailey are legit, and you're gonna be like, "Oh my god, we have to get one of these guys." You know what I mean? And then I've been there, man, a couple times, and it's not a fun night. It's like literally you're watching the guy like,
I know it's the worst. No. Well, I mean, my lottery experience with the Nets have won the lottery a few times in my life. They won it when they drafted Kenyon. They won it when they drafted DC, and then they came in second and they drafted Kenny.
Was Kenyon though that exciting even after he broke it? Did he break his leg or something in college? What happened?
He really shattered his leg.
He shattered his leg, yeah. Because he was. I remember Cincinnati had the 1 seed and they didn't have him, and it was like, well, why is they still the 1 seed? Well, they had this amazing record,
right? That's right.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah,
did he miss part of his rookie year, or he played right away?
Yes, he got hurt at some point during it too. Now that was a really weak draft class. Like if you look back at that draft class, it is ass.
Yeah. Well, Kenyon Martin ended up being a really good player. So like he ended up getting
very good NBA.
It's not a usual it's not like getting Derrick Rose or Dwight Howard or something like that. But
let me look at the. I think it was 2000.
You got a player that helped you get to back-to-back finals. I mean, that's pretty good. All-star. You know what I mean?
You
did well with a number 1 pick. Player. You could do a lot worse, like the guy on the Hawks this year.
Yeah, no,
Reicher.
All right, you want to hear the 2000 NBA draft? That's it for you real quick. You ready?
Can you give me like the college or something and the position, and maybe I'll try to the team. The team. Give me the team. And
okay, so I'll give you the team, and then we'll do this for a bit, and then Alex we'll head it over to you to DraftKings, and then we'll do our picks.
And we'll do our finals picks and records and all that stuff.
You want me to say the team?
Team and position, so I can try.
Are you?
What year is it, by the way? What year is it?
2000.
2000. College. Do team. We'll do one by one. Start with team, and then I'll ask for position, and then that's for college.
So number 1, you got. We said that.
Yeah.
New Jersey. We got to pick.
What? Oh, give me the team. Just go.
New Jersey Nets.
Oh, obviously Kenyon Martin. Okay, thank you.
All right. Vancouver Grizzlies.
Sharif Abdul-Rahim.
No.
Abdul-Rahim
was the 3rd pick in not that year. What year was he?
The
3rd pick?
The Grizzlies. No. Big Country? No.
Big Country was earlier. Big Country, I think, was in their inaugural season. He was a bust.
Grizzlies. I have a jersey, by the way.
LSU.
Big bust. The Grizzlies.
I love this stuff.
That's driving me crazy. Is it Miles Swift?
Yes,
I don't know. Okay. There we go.
It is Stro Swift. It was just so funny. Like, I don't remember where I saw this, but some people were talking about like The guy was like, "Oh, what did you do?" He comes back to his life. It's like, "What did you?" I think I've said this before. It's like, "What did you do with your friends for 6 hours?" He's like, "Just named random
players.
Cincinnati Reds." It's like, that's all you did for 6 hours. Like, unfortunately, yes.
That's just what we do. So okay,
true.
third pick.
Clippers. You definitely know who this is. I wouldn't go full bust, but definitely did not live up to the hype.
Clippers. Darius Miles.
Yes. Good job.
Right. I was gonna be like Keith Kloss.
Fourth, I don't think fourth is full bust. I don't think you get it. Bulls.
What? Bulls. Full bust. Bulls.
Then we have two players that actually had decent careers.
Eddie Curry, Tyson Chandler. I don't know. What position?
Power forward.
Power forward. Oh, Pfizer.
Yo, good job. Do you have this up?
Marcus. No, I don't, man. I swear to God.
Okay. All right.
This is my wheelhouse, bro. Like,
okay. All right.
I'm just taking educated guesses right now.
Fair.
I can't like read. I don't
this
know
one. This one you'll get. Orlando Magic. Good NBA career.
Orlando Magic.
Good NBA career.
What position? Oh, Jameer Nelson.
No. Jameer Nelson was
no.
He was 13th.
What position?
Small forward. Shooting guard, small forward. Went to Florida.
Garrity?
No.
Oh.
Now not Pat Garrity.
No, I don't know.
Pat Garrity went to Notre Dame.
No, I don't know.
Mike Miller.
Oh, yeah. I would have never associated him with the Magic, so I wouldn't have gotten that.
Number 6, and we'll speed this up.
Wasn't it 5?
That was 5. Yeah, so number 6 was a teammate of Kenyon's and was drafted by the Hawks. Number 6. Another bust.
No idea. Priest Lauderdale?
DeMar Johnson.
No, I never would have gotten that. Yeah.
Number 7, a bust. I mean, that's okay. I mean, he's a bust. Center power forward. I didn't even know he was drafted by the Bulls. I didn't even know that. God, this guy was terrible. Then we'll stop at number 8.
Center power forward.
Center.
Oh, for the Bulls. And what college was he?
Texas. You're not getting this.
Oh, no idea. Okay.
Chris Mim.
Oh, okay. I know the name.
Yeah. Number 8.
Yeah.
Drafted by the Cavs, then traded. Oh, I see. So Mim was traded to Cleveland. I should read the fine print. Jamal. I just said it. Damn it.
Jamal Crawford.
Yeah.
That would have been good. Go to 10. Give me 9 and then 10.
Okay. Number 9.
Real quick.
Number 9. You've heard of this guy, but you're not going to get it. Rockets traded to Milwaukee for Jason Collier and a future first-round pick.
Rockets traded to Milwaukee.
You know who this is, but you're not getting this.
2000. Respert? No,
you're just not getting this.
What college?
Minnesota. It's not helping you.
No, not at all.
You're not getting this, but you know who it is.
Rockets. No, Bucks. I mean, sorry.
Traded to Milwaukee. Yeah, this is just too.
I don't know.
Who was it? Joel Prisbilla.
Oh,
still you're not getting that.
Okay, last one, quick.
Last one, number 10. You have heard of Orlando Magic from Denver traded to LA Clippers with Corey Maggette, Derek Strong, and cash for a future first round pick. A 2-guard from Missouri. You definitely have heard of him.
He was on the Clippers.
Sounds like it. Traded to the Clippers. Yeah. It's confusing.
I have no idea.
Keon Dooling.
Dooling. Oh, your boy.
But again, this draft is just.
Yeah, it's an awful draft.
Yeah.
So that's what 2024 is going to be like.
The most underrated player in this
560.
draft.
Yeah.
I think Michael Redd was in the second round of this draft. Yeah, he was the 43rd pick. You could say he was the best player.
Is there any Hall of Famers in that draft? I don't think
so.
No. 0 Hall of Famers.
Khalid El Amin, Mark Madsen.
That was the draft the Bulls when they blew it up and they just had like 100 picks and they just picked everybody. And they drafted like an entire team that night. I remember they were like just kept picking players. That just didn't make any sense.
You want to get the Knicks pick, number 22.
Donnell Harvey?
Yes.
Nice.
That's okay. That was good.
Nice. See, bro, don't test me, bro, on the Knicks.
Right. No. We'll do next week. You'll give me another year.
Yeah, that'd be
give
fun.
Me a year next week.
All right. That's a fun little game. Yeah.
Yeah.
So DraftKings sponsors Bad Weather Fans, and the NBA is finally back. A new season means new ways to get into the action at DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NBA. Who's draining threes from beyond the arc? Who's crashing the boards and grabbing rebounds. Get behind your favorite players and the prop bets you can make on DraftKings, the home of NBA player props. First time. New DraftKings customers bet $5 to get $200 in bonus bets instantly. Every point counts with DraftKings Sportsbook. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and use promo code BWF for bad weather fans. That's BWF for new customers to get $200 in bonus bets when you bet just $5. Only on DraftKings. The crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. In New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. In Connecticut, help is available for problem gambling. Call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org. Please play responsibly on behalf of Boot Hill Casino and Resort, Kansas. 21 plus age and eligibility varies by jurisdiction. Void in New Hampshire, Oregon, Ontario. Bonus bets expire 168 hours after issuance. For additional terms and responsible gaming resources, see dkng.co/bball. Anyway, so Mike.
Yes.
Gun to your head. What is the Nets record this year?
25 53. Is that what that would be?
I don't know. 25 wins. So you're going? I think that's a good number. I think
25 wins.
I'm gonna go 28 because I think, like I keep saying, they're gonna win some games early when they think that they're not as bad as they are.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And
their early schedule sucks.
Yeah.
I mean, for like trying to win. Their schedule's brutal. You want to hear this?
Yeah, go for it.
At Hawks. I mean, it's horrendous.
They can win the first one. So they can win the first game.
At Magic, no. Home Bucks,
no.
Home Nuggets,
no.
At Grizzlies.
Depends. I mean, Ja's gonna play, so
they're not winning that.
It's done. Yeah.
Then it softens a little. Bulls.
Okay.
Home Bulls.
Maybe.
Home Pistons.
Maybe.
That's a win. I think I'm going to that game with my family.
The Pistons?
Yeah. Well, it's four of us. It's four of us, and it's cheap.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm not, and also if I'm taking a 4-year-old and a 2-year-old,
it's a day game. So I guess
it's a Sunday.
It's not like an 8:00 game. Take your 3
It's a Sunday afternoon game. I'm
That's
not going.
Nice, then.
I want to take them to a game where it's like they can have fun and
you don't really care. You miss a few minutes, like who gives a
it's
shit?
not like I'm not seeing so and so. It's like okay.
Yeah.
Then it's Celtics at Cavs at Pelicans, Celtics, Knicks. I mean, it's just horrendous.
So Cavs, Pelicans, maybe they can pick off, but other than that,
they're gonna be 3-11.
Yeah, they're gonna. Yeah. It really, I really think Cam Thomas is gonna be like legit.
He's
this
gonna,
year.
yeah,
like
he's gonna
be like he's gonna become a player this year.
Yeah.
And, like gonna be one of those great scorers, and that's what didn't make any sense where he would drop 40 and then get benched. Where it's like,
it's stupid. That was after.
Who cares if he can't play defense? Nobody does in the NBA. The guy can drop points. Just let him play. Put him on the floor. You're trying to win. Like, what are you doing?
You like Cam. You like Cam.
I really do. I was so mad. My buddy Corey one up me in fantasy and picked him right before me. I was so mad. He knew I was
respect Cam.
I do.
You like Cam.
I like Cam Thomas. He's nice. Yeah. He's just he's a baller. Like, pure hooper, as Kevin Durant would say.
Man, this is year 4 for Cam. That's crazy.
Only like 23, 24,
That's
right?
Crazy.
Yeah.
Nick win him out.
Going 53.
You've dropped from 68.
Yeah. I was 60 to 65 is what I was thinking for. Because I think they're going to lose some games where they're not going to have it together. I think that they're going to get picked off a couple times early where it's going to be, they're going to, I think they can beat the Celtics. Is going to be all jacked up. But once they get in the malaise of the, first couple games and, I think that they might lose a couple that they can win. And then come December, January, they start getting healthy. I think they're going to go on a nice run, So I think 53 is my number.
I'm going to go 53 too. No, I'll say no. I'll say 52 wins.
Yeah.
I think 52.
Feel like the price is right.
I'm going to go 52 and a half. That's what the Knicks
52.9.
I'm going to go 52.5 for the Knicks. Let's see what's behind the door. Oh, it was 16.
Yes.
Dun.
You win. Yeah.
Which would be sick because then the Nets would have. Oh, man. Boy, if that would be the dream. If something happened where the Knicks just fell into the lottery, but for some reason, and then see it
listen,
go 1-2.
I don't think the Knicks can get that kind of bad luck again with the injuries, man.
I'm not rooting for injuries, but I'm just saying, like, if maybe
not rooting for injuries, but it so happens you'd be happy about it. I mean, you're allowed to be happy about your team benefiting from injuries, you know? So you think the Pacers weren't happy last year when they beat the Knicks and when everybody got hurt? They were like, all right, yeah, good. OG's hurt.
Of course.
You know what I mean?
Sports.
That's
sports. When the Bucks beat the Nets.
Yeah.
And Kyrie went out, Harden went out.
Yeah.
And it benefited them.
Yeah.
Because Nets would have had a better chance to win with them on the court. Fuck. God, that feels
life
like
of a fan. And that's why it's going to piss you off if Ben Simmons plays well. It's because, like, where the fuck were you like 2 years ago? Like, you dickhead.
He's not playing well. He's just not going to play. He's just not. He's not.
Anytime he plays well, he's going to have a couple games where he does something good, and you're going to be like, I'm not motherfucker. Like,
he's not that good. He's not the same player. Injuries have hurt beyond just the stuff that has gone on.
He doesn't care either. He just doesn't care.
He doesn't care.
Yeah.
He's physically not the same guy. Just that right there. He's just not. It's not going to happen. He'll have spots. I'm not saying he'll have, like, he played well at home in a preseason game versus Washington. Could you give me a less stressful spot?
Well, he played well against the Sixers last year, right? He had a really good game against the Sixers last year because he was all jacked up.
That was 2 years ago.
Was it
2 years ago?
Oh my God!
I think it was 2 years. I don't. That was when Durant and Kyrie were there, and it was weird because he was the only one that played well in that game, and everybody was like,
remember, he had some like crazy, like diving on the floor, tapping it down the court. Like, whoa, that was sick. That's Ben Simmons.
He's not gonna play well. So where do you have the Knicks going this season? I mean, I don't even think what's there to stay with the Nets. You hope they tank. There's nothing
nothing to talk about. Yeah. See, this is what scares me, and I'm repeating myself. Sorry to everybody who's listening, but
apology accepted.
I'm before the trades, well, but not before the Bridges trade. The Bridges trade sent me over the top. But like before the Towns trade, I was like, this team is going to the finals at least. You know what I mean? Like I thought for sure they were at least going to the finals. I was saying they're going to win the championship. Obviously, you can't predict your team to win the championship. I just was like, they're going to the finals at least. Now I think they have to get to the Eastern Conference Finals, and I think that they can, and I think they will. So I'm going to go Eastern Conference Finals and put it out there as the floor. I think that they can go further. It just depends on how it clicks and how they get healthy, and if they make another move in the season to add some depth.
Yeah, but first of all, when you get to the playoffs, rotations shorten, right? As you saw, so it's not like that depth's as important. I think for the longevity of the season, they just need people. You can't. And Tibbs will get shit. I'll tell you right now, Tibbs will get shit from people and sports fans if he's taxing Jalen Brunson and Towns at 42, 43 minutes. It just, you can't do it.
In November.
You can't
December.
It can't happen. You have to say, we'll take a couple more losses for the greater good of the team. Now I'm looking forward to having this discussion again with you in May when the same shit happens.
You can't. I don't want rest days though, man. I just play days. These guys like 35 minutes. You know what I mean?
Alex,
yeah. Okay,
not rest days.
Yeah,
but you can't play guys 40 plus minutes in regular season games. You just can't do it.
If the team is up 30 in the fourth quarter,
you got to relax a little.
Yeah, like it's okay. It's like,
but we'll see if he does it. I think the Knicks are now built for a better postseason with the roster that they have. And I think you'll be pleasantly surprised with how well they play. For me, it's big spot, big moment. I had said before, and now maybe you'll agree with me even more based on one bad preseason game, but I said, when Brunson isn't the guy, who's going to step up? Randall hasn't been there before. I don't think Mikal Bridges is that guy personally. And I think it's showing out early as well. Like he's not going to be the guy that steps in when Brunson's doubled. He's just not.
Right.
They do have somebody now, a legitimate superstar that can do that in Towns
consistently.
And I think that's going to be such a big thing for this Knicks team in big spots that you have that guy, because as inconsistent or as scared as you might be about, listen to me, like giving you hope on this. What the fuck am I doing?
I know.
As scared as you might be about Karl Anthony Towns and gelling in a big spot, let me remind everybody listening on this podcast, Julius Randle was horrible in the playoffs when he was here with the Knicks.
And hurt a lot.
Horrendous.
Yeah.
You now have a legit 2 next to Brunson, which I think nice thighs, which I think, by the way, not your thought, your
You saw
legs are
that?
up. Yeah,
I didn't realize.
yeah. Not talking about Brunson's legs,
I'm
although he
sitting on
might
the
have,
floor for
although
people
he
who
probably
don't
has
realize.
great
Yeah.
legs. I mean, he's super strong and quick.
You want to see it again? Yeah,
I just
that's
saw
my
your
knee.
penis. No, I'm just
It is at my knee, so no, I'm just kidding. Yeah.
you got a legit number 2. And for the Nets, they got to just be shitty, man. They got to lose games. Let's have fun. Let's get developed guys.
Yeah.
Let's see Clowney develop. Let's see Jalen Wilson develop. Let's trade out Cameron Johnson. Let's trade out Dorian Finney-Smith. They have guys, though, that I think would be nice pieces. Like, look at the Knicks who need depth. I mean, not that I can't imagine the Nets and Knicks are making another trade.
Yeah.
But listen to all the guys that the Nets have at the trade deadline that they're going to get recoup more back for. Dennis Schroeder, backup guard. The playoff team's going to want him. Bojan Bogdanovic, I mean, he's coming off these injuries, so who knows how low his value is. We saw last year at the trade deadline, got some value for him. Cameron Johnson has a big contract, but he is the best of the bunch where he could really fit in anywhere because he's the 3-and-D guy. Right. He could go to a playoff team that's going to need that. Dorian Finney-Smith, a lockup defender. Somebody's going to need him. The Nets have 4 guys right there that are going to get value. The Nets are going to, I don't know what's going to happen at the trade deadline, but the Nets are going to have a bajillion fucking draft picks. They're going to get into their system. It's going to be all those. Unfortunately, those are their best players, but
yeah,
when they're going to be traded, they're going to get value back.
Yeah, and there's not a lot of big free agents next year, so some players might, some teams might want those guys. You know what I mean? Just so they can, and then they can extend them easier when they're on their roster already, things like that. So
injuries happen, and all of a sudden it's like, oh, we need a backup point guard. Let's get Dennis Schroeder in here because we need somebody to facilitate. He's a veteran. He can play 15, 18, 20 minutes, and we feel good about it. So we'll see.
Yeah.
So who do you have in the finals then if it's not the Knicks? You love the Bucks.
I do like the Bucks this year.
They stink.
I think they're going to be good.
Middleton's old. Dame's old. I don't think they'll win.
Yeah, they said the Warriors were old too, and they went on a run and got one more.
It's true.
Giannis isn't that old. How old is Giannis? Is he still
14?
Like 26?
I don't know. He's in his prime.
Yeah. So I don't know. As long as they have Giannis and Dame, man, they can make a run in the playoffs as long as they stay healthy and everything like that. But I can't see the Celtics doing it again. And I'm still gonna go Knicks, man. I'm gonna go with the heart. I can't see the Sixers. I can't see the Celtics again. I can't see the Heat. I can't see the Cavs. I can't see the Bucks beating the Knicks if they're right. Pacers give me a break. I think it's the Knicks in the East. The Eastern Conference Finals, who the Knicks playing?
No, I mean the Pacers went to the Eastern Conference Finals last year.
Oh, I know. For a reason.
Talent.
And so finals, Knicks versus, let's see. I gotta pull up the West teams. Let's see. So we got
so muddled. Could be any.
It is. I don't think the Mavericks will get bad. Lakers, no way. Wow. Imagine a Knicks Timberwolves finals. Can you imagine that? That would be fun. That would be fun. But that would
for
be
you.
I wouldn't like that very much, to be honest.
You'd be fine.
I don't trust the Thunder, man. This is a hard pick, man, in the West. The Suns could make let's go Suns because I think that they just have so much talent, man. And I know they did last year too, but like that's another team. Like now they had a whole camp. If I'm doing that with the Bucks, maybe the Suns. Another team, like I say it every year, the Kings, one year they're gonna put it together and make a run. I don't know if they get to the finals, but I know I'm not making a pick. I'm just kind of dancing here, but like
you're just naming the teams. Like, you know who I like? Boy, the Nuggets. They've got that good center. And boy, that team out west. Lakers, they got LeBron. He's
so nice. Let's go Knicks Nuggets in the finals. How about that?
I will go Celtics Nuggets.
Nuggets again.
I mean, the Celtics, by the way, Al Horford did not retire.
I thought he retired.
Yeah, he was at media day yesterday. So
Didn't he
Joe
retire?
Mazzulla had the best quote. I gotta find this
I'm
quote.
looking this up. Did he say maybe he's retiring after this year? Go ahead, you talk.
Hold on. Joe Mazzulla had this quote I read today. This is Joe Mazzulla. I guess the question was about like pressure on the Celtics this year. You ready for this quote?
Yeah.
They've been asked about pressure this year. He said, we're all going to be dead soon, and it really doesn't matter anymore. So there's zero pressure.
We're all going to be dead soon. Jesus. God. It's like oh my God. That's like my buddy I grew up with. I won't name his name. But he's an atheist, and we would be kids and like, oh, we're excited about our birthdays coming up, and he's like, birthday, that just means when you're closer to your death, and I'm just like, oh my God, bro, like,
how old were you?
Bro, I'm 14. Like,
we're too young for that.
I'm kidding. Like, I don't know how old I was, but I was young, and I was just like, geez, bro, like,
yeah,
you smile a little bit, like, enjoy it. Can we celebrate life a little bit? That's all.
Well, that's a morbid twist to the pod, but yeah, I thought that was a funny quote. Just a strange guy. Yeah, I'll go Celtics. They're really good, and they went to the finals last year and won the championship. But they have the same roster, so I don't see any reason why. And they're all in their prime
because they didn't beat anybody last year, and Porzingis is hurt again, and it's just I don't. But the Celtics, in order
flaws.
to them,
all these teams have flaws, right? Like, yeah, you can pinpoint all of their flaws.
Knicks have flaws, Cavs have flaws,
right.
Everybody has flaws.
The Cavs too. I mean,
how great is that in the NBA though? That it's wide open.
Wide open.
It's wide open. There's no super team that's gonna
like baseball
steamroll. Yeah,
Yankees, Dodgers.
Yeah. But listen, baseball hasn't always had that. The Rangers won the World Series recently.
That's true.
I don't know. Sometimes it's okay to have like big powerhouses in a championship round, but like the NBA, it's since 1980. There was to 1980 to let's say 2000, whatever. The year the end of the Warriors dynasty.
That's
There was 7 teams that won a championship
Bulls,
between 19
Spurs,
Rockets, Celtics.
Can you name? Pistons. Can you go backwards and name the titles?
Backwards from what year?
Well, 2024. It's actually easier in my brain if we started at 90 and went up.
I can do that.
Is that weird?
Yeah, that's way easier. It's going
Why
from.
Is
I
that?
can even go from probably from 80. I don't know. No, not 80.
That's
Lakers, Celtics, Celtics, Sixers, Lakers, Celtics,
Bulls
Pistons.
Starts, I think you could probably get it.
Well, before that also Pistons, Bulls, Rockets, Bulls. That's
you're going
so
fast. You've lost me.
You already got like from 1988
there. Yeah,
88 to 99 is like 3 teams.
I guess it gets. Can you name the first picks in the draft since 90?
No,
that's tough.
No way. No,
that's tough.
No chance.
I just think I'm feeling bad that I didn't like. You're like, oh, who's the good guy on Rutgers? Who's the first pick in the draft? And I'm like, I have an NBA podcast and I don't know any NBA information. But I'm like, let me tease you with my 90s knowledge.
Yes, let's do that. So jersey number trivia. No, I'm just kidding.
No, yeah. All right, this has been Bad Weather Fans.
Who wore numbered 50 in 2001 for the Nets, Mike?
Number 50 in 2001?
Yeah.
2001.
Played 29 games. I just picked a random name.
All right. Okay. 29. 2001.
He only played 1 year for the Nets. Played 29 games. Didn't start a game.
I mean, that was Jim McAvoy?
No,
I don't know. Who is it?
Vladimir Stepania.
Oh, yes. I did know that.
Oh, I did. Yeah,
no, yes. He was then. No, because he was in. He was in the kid trade. I think he was a piece that went in the kid trade as a throw-in. I do know who Vladimir Stepania is.
He was in Seattle and then he went to Miami after that. So he wasn't.
I'm positive. I definitely know who that is. I'm not kidding.
Okay.
I do.
All right.
So something I do want to mention for Bad Weather fans is something we'll be doing differently this year. We won't be using chairs as we do our podcast. No. Listen in after some of the Net games and Knick games. Alex and I will be separate, but we will be doing kind of little mini episodes where we recap the game, give our opinions. We'll be solo again, but give our opinions. So, for example, Knicks play the Celtics on Tuesday. Wednesday morning drops. Alex is talking about the reaction. Nets play the Hawks on Wednesday. Thursday drops. You'll get my reaction. So they'll all be here in the same feed. but just another way to get more Bad Weather Fans content during the season. Then, of course, Alex and I together once a week. But just throwing it out there for people listening. If you want to get a little more Knicks, a little more Nets, that will be available on the Bad Weather Fans feed, which I think will be a lot of fun. I wonder how it'll go for me when I'm at game 50 and I'm like, yep,
they lost.
Or they're winning.
You're gonna be breaking down Duke games and Rutgers games is what you're gonna be doing. You're gonna watch more of those games than the Nets.
I'll be interested. Definitely Rutgers too. Be fun.
It's gonna be fun to get into college basketball again. You know, like that's really when you get into college basketball, when your team stinks. You know, so.
Oh man! All right, this has been Bad Weather Fans.
Shout out to the Mets, though. By the way, let's quick shout out to the Mets.
Oh no, I don't want
the Dodgers.
I told you they were good.
You did. No, listen, I was wrong. I didn't
they weren't as good as the Dodgers. They weren't.
No,
as good,
but
they were
listen,
a very good baseball team.
It's a successful season. They weren't supposed to be good. They took the Dodgers to 6, brought it back to LA.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they got stomped out, but you know, it is what it is. They gave it. They didn't quit in that game either. They had too many men left on base and whatever. But throughout the whole series, Winker left the bases loaded twice in the series, and
Winker had a good series though.
But that bases loaded no out, what was it, game 3 when they had bases loaded no out and they didn't score? Oh, I think it was game 3 or 4. I don't remember which one it was. And that was the series. That was it. You know what I mean? That was their shot to really get it to 7. But it is what it is, man.
You look at Marte in game 5, has 3 doubles, and then in game 6 he can barely swing the bat. So
that's baseball.
That is,
but baseball. You know, shout out to them. Successful season. Prove me wrong. I thought they were good from the beginning. I thought they'd be better than they were supposed to be. I didn't think they'd be this good, but so I was right and wrong.
I said
at the same time.
I was like, this team is firing.
Yeah,
man.
no. Listen. They're proud to be a Met fan right now, man. That's what it is. So
who are you rooting for? Yankees or Dodgers? I think it's Dodgers.
I don't even care. Honestly.
Yeah, I don't either.
I probably won't watch a second of it. Maybe I'll watch it once it gets to the end of the series. I'll probably watch it, but I'm not gonna watch early. You got the Knicks starting, and you got the Jets. Give my wife a little break of sports. Mets, Jets, Mets, Jets, Jets. Like it's just nonstop.
Who's the Knicks next game? What's their second game?
I don't even know, dude. I'm like not even in. I don't even know.
I just want to know that, and then we're done.
They play Friday, the Pacers on ESPN. So 2 national games off the bat.
At home versus they have a fun schedule. Celtics, Pacers,
and then the Cavs
Heat.
Monday.
So they're all their rivals. It's like it's a big little stretch.
Yeah. And then they get the cupcake next Friday on the 1st.
Pistons. They almost lost to the Pistons. They should have lost to the Pistons last year. I remember that
right
game well.
When DiVincenzo speared the guy at half court and what's it called?
I can't believe this is.
I'm so mad Dante DiVincenzo's not on the Knicks, man. Can I just fucking say that? I'm so fucking angry that he's not a Knick anymore. He was my guy. He was crushing it.
Oh well,
white guy. He was tough, and he didn't back down from anybody. He was like the perfect fucking player for the Knicks, and they gave him up. But
how about Karl Anthony Towns already on the Roommates podcast?
Already, yes. I was like. I love the Roommates podcast, but I got to be honest, I'm kind of losing a little interest. I don't know, it's getting a little repetitive for me. But I love the show and I'm gonna listen to it. But it's also when you're on Twitter a lot, episodes get spoiled if you don't listen to it the second it comes out. Like I'm seeing all the highlights and the clips. It's getting too big. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I don't know if that makes any sense.
I know it does.
It's like when you have a favorite rapper or a favorite musician and they come up and you're like, this is my guy. And then the album drops. You're like, this is my guy. And then all of a sudden everybody likes him. And then the second album, you're like, okay, I had enough of this guy. That's all.
Bad Weather Fans, episode 240. Alex has had enough of the Roommates. You heard it here first.
Oh, that's not what I said. I'm getting a little bored of it. That's all. I need some fun little twists.
I'm busting your balls. All right, let's let your legs stretch and get you to stand up. This has been Bad Weather Fans. The way the mic was there was odd with you. Anyway, episode 240 presented by DraftKings. NBA season starts. Look for the minisodes. We'll talk to you later.
Nuts. Thank you.